away and share.
Well, I guess it looks like I'm becoming the official conduit with the nursing home, and that's all right. Elaine just wanted me to say that there's most of the folks are there, but apparently some of them are having a rough morning, so ask that they be lifted up with that. And Kathy and Sharon, I believe that's Dwayne's sister, is up there with him, but Dwayne is at home, not feeling well, so again, prayers for him today for that. And then for me, this last week, I guess, was just kind of one of those reaffirming weeks of why God has me where I am. Twice this week, I had the opportunity to speak to two different men, non-traditional students, both veterans, and they're struggling really, really bad. The Lord opened up the opportunity to kind of share with them. They opened the door. I think that they, from what they've had, or from what they told me, I think that they have an understanding of Christ, of who Christ is, and possibly know Him. I don't know that for certain, but just really the opportunity to try to point them back to Him as they're going through this time of struggle. One of the stories that they shared me would be really tough to deal with, and both of them are struggling really bad right now, and they feel like they have tried to reach out to God, but they just don't feel like He's listening. And so I've been trying to just reassure them in that, and told them that at least myself, and I would be asking that you guys would be praying for them as well. That there's a lot of hurt there that they're backing around, and I've told them, I said, the Lord can take it all. You just got to give it up to Him. And so I just would hope that they would do that, and offered to bring him to church, have him come to church, men's Bible study, all those things. One of them, as we were leaving, he's like, I think I do need to go back to church. My wife has been telling me we need to. And so I just hope that the Lord can continue to use me to encourage him in that way.
Thanks, Lee. We're glad that you are the communicator from the nursing home, too. Sometimes my cell phone vibrates and goes off, but when we're in service and stuff, I don't look at it, so till later. Well, there is my daughter, Chrissy. Wonderful to see her here this morning. For the grand entrance. That's what happens when you're a few minutes late, right? Thank the Lord that she is here. Those of you that may have not have met her, you have an opportunity to meet her this morning. Anybody else have a testimony to be able to share? Wants to come up? Brenda, come on up.
I know you guys often don't have much voice, so often hear me talk about work, and it occurred to me that maybe it comes across sometimes as bragging, and I want to put that straight, that anything that I do at work, anything that I feel good about is to glorify Him. And it's not about me, it's not about my team, it's not about how many pizzas we make. It's about the more we do, the better we get, the more we improve, the harder we work for reaching goals and that kind of thing. For me, I can't speak for the rest of my team, but for me, it's all for Him. Not for me, but in glorifying Him, it sure does make me feel good. And there's not a better feeling, I don't think, than knowing that you've done your best to glorify the Lord. And if it isn't my best, I know He'll work on me for the next time. This past week, we had the whole, and I wish it was kind of at a different time. I was kind of forced into doing the whole Halloween thing. I was the only one that dressed up, okay? My whole team was supposed to, and I was the only one. I wore ponytails, freckles on my face, and pajamas. So I looked like a little kid all day, and I kind of felt like one too. But anyway, we shattered last year's record on Halloween. Last year we did 216 large pepperoni pizzas, not including any other pizza. And This year we did 254. So next year, okay, but that's next year. We have a lot of time in there to work out kinks and things like that between now and next year. But I have a great team, including my awesome husband and my beautiful daughter-in-law. They were part of my team this past week. Katie works there, several hours a week with us, and Steve fills in when we need him, and boy, did we need him, because we had one man down, and we thought we were going to be without Marguerite, but because she had a touch of pneumonia, beginning stages, and she did what she needed to do and got good enough to be there, felt good enough to be there, but Joe hurt his ankle, and he was my right-hand man, that guy. He does a lot, and he was gone, and I told him, he was all worried about it, texting me and calling me, and I told him, Joe, you're out. Sit down, keep off your foot. He couldn't put any weight on it, and I told him, you're out. Just don't worry about it. We got it. You helped me prepare. You know where we're at with the preparation. We're good. Take care of your foot. Don't worry about it. So anyway, but Steve stepped in, and then one of the guys that used to work there was able to come back and help us, Skyler, different Skyler, but he was able to come back and roll dough, and he's going to be coming filling in now and again too. And I just have an awesome team, and being the team leader, would for some people be a lot of pressure, be a lot of added responsibility, something that they don't want maybe. I love it because I have a team that when I have a moment, somebody will step in and say, what can we do? How can we help? Or they'll say, stop it. We got this. Don't worry about it. You're stressing over nothing. So they make me remember that I'm not in it alone, and I'm the team leader because that's where Harold put me. And I take that very seriously, but we also take the time to appreciate the fun that we have, the enjoyment. And when you have a job that you love, when you find a place to be that you love, you never work a day in your life. The exhaustion says differently, but in your spirit, you never work. This job is not work for me. It's just such a blessing. I love it. I'm passionate about it. And it's just pizza. It's just pizza. And breadsticks. If I'd had my key, we would have had breadsticks out here today, just saying. But anyway, I'm just so very grateful to the Lord and to my team and to all of you guys that I know have been in prayer for Steve and I over the past, since we started coming here. You probably have not ceased praying for us, and we love you for it. And please give me my voice back.
Need to with Steve, don't work him so hard so he doesn't get sick. No. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. Anybody else like to come and share a testimony this morning? Megan's coming up.
So on Friday, we had two of Lily's little friends come and spend the night. And they were downstairs all tucked in watching their movie. And all of a sudden, I was just previously down there. I come back up and I hear Lily scream. And I knew it was one of those hurt screams. So I went downstairs and she just had blood like all over, dripping out of her mouth and everything. They apparently had gotten up and decided to have a little dance party during one of the Barbie songs, and the littler of the two girls that had come just popped up and hit her in the mouth, and so it had jammed one of her sort of loose teeth up and then fallen out, and her one missing tooth, her other top missing tooth, it was just purple. Her lip, the little thing in here, was all slit up and everything. And so by the time Paul and I got her all cleaned up and everything, she was all puffed up and crying in pain. And so I asked her if she wanted to take some Tylenol. She said no. She didn't want to do anything. I said, Paul and I were there. I said, do you want to pray and pray for it? And I'm figuring we're going to have a bad night here. I was supposed to go to Billings the next day. Is she going to have to come with me because she's in pain and everything? But we prayed. She went right to sleep. She didn't have any Tylenol. She woke up the next morning, and she hasn't had one bit of pain at all over it. And there's no more bruising. Her swelling's down. So, yes. I said, isn't it awesome that prayer works? Yes, Mommy, it is. So.
Thanks, Megan, for sharing. How many of you like that when your mom's talking about you and stuff? She starts grabbing your cheeks and lifting your... you can see her. It was cute. She didn't even say anything about it, did she? Just let Mama do it. Anybody else have a testimony like to share this morning? We will do testimonies again after lunch when we come back into our second service, our afternoon, early evening service. Give anybody another opportunity if anybody wants to come up to share. All right. Brother Kurt, we're going to bring Brother Kurt up to lead us in our next hymn.